And we're live here. We're back here for the British Grand Prix, the final of the triple header after the last two Grand Prix. And it's going to be an interesting one. So far, it says there's going to be 60% chance of rain from what I'm seeing on the weather data. It says 60% chance of rain. We also have some breaking info. Sergio Perez is taking a new engine. He's going to be starting from pit lane. That's only going to Yeah, and it's something they do essentially as an allotment, so they don't have to take it at a Grand Prix where they're actually have a better chance at getting a podium or a victory. The only problem is that Sergio Perez contract stipulates that he has to be within 100 points behind Max by Spa. He's 119 behind him now, and he can't be more than 5 grid positions behind him in the championship. I don't know what his current is for that. Yes, the championship standings. Yep. There, Horner. This is what's going to happen. They're going to fault out of his contract because if this just keeps going down, they'll get him out. They'll put Ricardo in for one season. Ricardo won't live up to anything, and then they'll replace him by the end of the season as well. That's my prediction. Well, here's I'm looking at the table right now. And Bill Bitters in the chat says, "Yeah, get rid of him. Total embarrassment." Okay, that's I don't totally agree with that. He's better racing than qualifying, Bill. But anyways, the grid chat I'm looking at right now: Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz. Sergio Perez is only 6 and 7 points ahead of Piastri and Russell in sixth and seventh. If he gets dropped by them today, he'll be over 5 grid positions behind Verstappen. Yes, it. I think it goes to Spa right next. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. And other things going on in the Grand Prix today. The pit stop strategy, if it stays dry, is going to be a one stop from soft to hard. The pit window should be lap 16, and if it's wet, it'll be a two pit stop strategy. Hmm. Okay, Piastri's gonna score more, but George Russell's only 1 point behind Piastri. He's 7 points behind Sergio Perez. Yeah, and to go off what you were saying, you're right. He won this 8 times. He won it 7 times out of 8 from 2014 to 2021. So he's an institution here winning. Rosberg. Well, we got more reports here. James Vowell saying yesterday that he will either be gotten rid of at the end of the season or partially in during this season if he doesn't meet the standard set of head. So it sounds like he'll be swapped out. Another info for the chatters: Esteban Ocon does appear to be signing for Haas, so that will be Kevin Magnussen's way out, and Oliver Behrman apparently has already signed for them. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Oh, one more thing. Jax Murray. Feel like there might be an incident at the start. Hopefully, nothing like 2 years ago. Um, what happened 2 years ago? Well, oh yeah. Who was that, Dad? That was Joe, right? Was that Joe who flipped into the net or something like that? I think so. I usually have a good encyclopedia in my mind about this, but yeah. Also, one thing. What was I gonna say? I gotta put. Sorry, let me just cut in for 1 second. You can finish your thought. I just want to put my prediction out. I believe Norris wins this race. I don't think the Mercedes either one will win this race. Go ahead. Nope. Mm-hmm. Ru- car on the outside. Yep. Yep. I should have done my original prediction that Verstappen is going to win this race. I screwed up and said Norris was going to in my pick eight. Also, another factor in this race. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, no, go ahead. Another factor in this race, you were just speaking about Piastri. You finish up your thought. McLaren has not won here since 2008. Mm. In a circuit they've had so much success at and they were known for winning at, they haven't won at in 16 seasons. Mm. So I did see that just now. So I believe gas. It looks nice. It does look nice. Now I know gas. Yes, DRS enabled. Lap 2 of 52. Running order: Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Sainz, Stroll. Leclerc got all the way up into eighth, above Hulkenberg, and Alonso 10th, rounding it out. Gasly was supposed to start from the pits. It appears that he just retired the car in the pits before they even started from there. Hmm. They've been doing pretty well lately. Rain potentially coming. Hamilton radio from Mercedes. Of course not. Axio Dentist, Super Chatter. Axio Dentist says both of the Aston Martins up in the top 10, looking pretty good for them. Yeah. Stroll, and that's weird. Look at that. Stroll is ahead of Alonso. Mhm. Yeah, and we said this before in a private conversation that if Ferrari shows up sometimes, they got nothing going on, and it seems like Mercedes is now one of the top three teams, and Ferrari is now going to be the fourth team for this weekend. At least it seems to change back and forth on a constant dime. Um, it seems like Christian Horner has the monopoly on power there, so it would be his decision. Um, we got some radio that Logan Sargent that something happened with Albon's car. There's some sort of damage. Um, and then and then yeah, and then noted leaving the track and gaining advantage for Hulkenberg. There hasn't been any penalty yet, so okay, yeah. So we're seeing Russell maintaining first, Hamilton maintaining second. That's how the front grid was. Verstappen getting past Norris, Piastri in fifth. So looks like Perez has been able to get past Bottas here for 18th as well. And God, isn't that an ironic joke that he's mirroring essentially what Bottas became at one point for Mercedes? Lewis would be winning races. Yeah, who was pushed off there in the back? We're looking at a replay here on the live stream. Seeing restart from Max. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean he didn't do it. Well, who was that? Yep. His left front got clipped during the start. Yep. So it does appear like there's going to be rain coming soon. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that was with Carlos Sainz winning that Grand Prix. That was a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago. I think it seems a bit of a parade right now, but it's not far apart. Verstappen isn't far away from the top two, and Lewis isn't far away from Russell. So we have a very on right race. Nobody's walking away from anything. Hmm. Yes. No, the top five are very condensed right now. This is a lot closer than last Grand Prix weekend. The cars are much closer altogether. No. Yes. Uh, He does, and he's right on the cusp of the points. Pretty much every race of the season, he's been much more consistent than Ricardo. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but we have a separate chat that had nothing to do with that question. Mr. Brown 10, are we hearing showers or just drizzle? I need to know. I did they specify? I didn't hear in any of the radios whether they specified it was going to be heavy or not. They said lap 16. They said it was gonna. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what I gotta say? They're gonna show that. Yeah, they are. What was that? The Haas team? They were, or no? That was Alpha Tower or Toro Rosso. Look, Hamilton is only like barely a second and a half. He can handle tires better than anyone on this grid, including Verstappen. He, and this is lap 10. We're not even 20%. We're about a little bit near 20% of the race. Hamilton, this is the long play. He should be at the moment the favorite to win this race, seeing how Mercedes have been able to maintain the 1-2 right now. Now, have we seen any pit stops whatsoever yet, or have you seen anyone go into the pits? Anything like that? Yeah, so we'll the originally without the wet, the pit window was supposed to be lap 16. If you started on medium though, which significant portion, I mean 1 to 15 start on medium, that can go up to 22 to 28 or something like that. From what I saw on the yeah, they were saying that the pit window for that is like 22 to 28. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a two pit stop. With rain, it's always a two pit stop here, so we'll have to see. Hmm. it said last 5 minutes, then there should be a 10-minute stop, and then a bigger amount of rain after that 10-minute break after the 5 minutes. Here's the question: Perez is in 16th. He's about to get a hold of Magnus and get ahead of him. Does Perez get up to a point scoring finish by the end of the race? Yeah. No. No. Yes. What about her? Well, it seems like the two McLarens now are getting really close to Verstappen. Here's my thoughts. Verstappen was able to win a couple of races because of his skill and everything in the last couple of races, but I think the McLaren car right now is performing better than the Red Bull. We don't know what was going to happen in those last 10 laps last race if Norris just hadn't done that bonsai maneuver. But it just seems like the McLarens are faster than Red Bull, and maybe they might be going forward in the season. Yep. And what tires are those? I believe you're right. I think I see yellow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, you want to hear a crazy fact about Verstappen that might come to pass today? Is that if he doesn't win this Grand Prix today, it will be the first time since Austria in 2022 that he hasn't won a race, hasn't won a race 2 races in a row. Because in 2022 he didn't win the British Grand Prix and he didn't win the Austrian Grand Prix, and ever since then he hasn't gone more than a race without winning. Yes. I came up with it. Nobody's been printing this stuff up. I've looked up all this shit. Everything I've said on this thing, chatters. I have looked up myself. This isn't some fact. I mean, the reports about Sargent and Perez about their positions. Yeah, that I saw on from some people posting. But everything else that's a statistic, I've completely looked up myself. And look how close Norris is to Verstappen. Half a second. Yep. No. And this was a lot of drama last week. All right, on to the straight. Take it away. Ooh. Yep. He got him. And somewhat uncontested as well at the end there. Well, my prediction's looking pretty nice right about now. And we discussed this before the race too, but a win for Norris here will put him over to win at home. I know it'd be big for Russell too, but it seems like McLaren's got the momentum going their way. I don't. I don't think. I don't. I think he'll walk away from him a bit. It seemed like the pace was too much. Yeah, he's almost a second away from Verstappen already. Uh, they're not writing it down here. Question: Is this a specific track Mercedes is this good at, or is this continuing for the rest of the season? Because they're looking way better than Ferrari if this continues. Yep, that kid with the Mercedes jacket on. You're right. Mm-hmm. And as you say that, Piastri's now coming up behind Verstappen as well. Mm-hmm. And now you're starting to see a bit of spray off the cars, some drizzling, and then a ton of people with umbrellas. So, and now Lewis Hamilton is under a second away from Russell. This is what we were talking about before. And Lewis Hamilton right up on George Russell. He should be able to finish this by the end of the lap. So close. Now this is getting interesting, isn't it? Go ahead. Hasn't won a race in 2 years too. Mm-hmm. And now all three British drivers are back in the top three grid slots, and an Aussie on the fourth. Mm-hmm. And they both go off. Both of them, both Mercedes go off, and Norris is sucking up on both of them. Yep. And this race is getting super exciting. Lots of rain. Cars are going off. Norris is now going to be right up on Hamilton after getting Russell. And then Piastri coming right up on Russell, too. Like you said, Russell shouldn't have been falling so much that he went off with Hamilton. He should have followed. And DRS has been disabled. It seems like a significant more portion of rain is coming down, spraying off the cars. Mm. $77 sign says Orange Army is going to get lit if he gets past Hamilton. Yep. There we go. Yes, and Russell. Yep. And look at Piastri right behind both. Look at. Oh my God. And he's going wheel to wheel with them here. He got him. He got him. Oh man, this race is getting super exciting. Now we've had three race leaders, all of them British. It- oh man. And and he didn't go. He didn't go off. He didn't go wide. Nothing. Look at Piastri. He, yep. And he's gonna complete it, but he got him. Whoa. Wow. So we've gone from two Mercedes 1-2 to a now a McLaren 1-2. Wow, this has got to be exciting to be a. All right, good. Man, this is a good. Oh, something. Do you think it's just because he's getting lapped or something? Yeah, and maybe that wasn't the move. You shouldn't take too much from because all these guys are experimental, except for Leclerc. If they put Leclerc on it, that was a dumb move. Oh, Ferrari. $77 sign says Ferrari confirming everything we know about them with putting Leclerc on Inters. A shame that Lewis is going to go to them next season. Um, it depends if Adrian Newey goes there. I don't know. That's really the dependent for me. I don't know, but if he doesn't go there, that was a dumb move. But a lot of things are up in the air right now. Okay, keep everybody on track. Norris first. Piastri 1.6 behind him. Hamilton is second behind Piastri. Russell is second and a half behind Hamilton. Verstappen, you have to think to yourself, Red Bull has the best strategies with them, the best strategists. Um, Whatever they're going to do, I feel like is going to try and put them in front of the Mercedes. I don't think they have the raw pace to beat the McLarens. And this is what we were just saying. $77 sign you were saying about Leclerc. Yes, this was a mistake from Ferrari. Jonah Williams here. Yeah. Yep. Little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the best teams in terms of both drivers have great talent. They're kind of like Mercedes. They're both very good drivers. It's not a huge gap in between the two. Okay. Leclerc's on enters, Perez on enters, Joe on enters. Those are all guys that, well, not Leclerc. The two other guys I could understand the gamble, but Leclerc was looking like he could have been a top 8 or something like that, and just stupid decision after stupid decision. Not much going on with Alpine. Ocon down in 18th, and that's Norris's father there in the pits. I think it will be a really interesting situation here. Because Mercedes isn't falling off or anything. They're still staying relatively close. So a lot could change if rain comes into the picture again. I know. Just as you were saying that, right? Yes, he is. Yeah, I just think the Red Bull, if this continues the rest of the season, just I think Max was the thing keeping this team alive the last 3 races with his skills and everything. I think they're slower than the McLaren in general now. No. And Perez being lapped. Piastri and Russell going to get a whole ton of points and leave him in the past if his contract really does say that. Here's a question though. I thought the points don't follow along with you in the constructors if you add a new guy halfway into the season, right? Or do they follow with you? Oh Jesus, yep. He's on the Inters right now too. So is that because it's too dry or something? 25 lap 25. Mm-hmm. So stop you 1 second. Sorry to cut in. It seems like the rain's coming back because they just disabled the DRS. That should be a sign that a lot of rain's going to come in now. Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't look like anybody in the top 10 is pit yet. I don't believe. Mm-hmm. I think you're right about that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm. And and Piastri closing the gap down to Norris right now, under a second without DRS. Wow. Under 7 tenths without DRS. He's getting real close to Norris. They're going to have to put that on the screen. Oh my God. This is great. It's getting great. Oh, he's sliding though. Yep. Exactly. And you'll get preference if you're in first. Man, he's so close to him. He did something though, messed up for a bit. He lost about half a second. Yep. He just needs one little. Yep. Yep. He just needs some little thing like that. He's within 8 tenths of a second to Norris right now. And Norris, they're saying to pit Norris now to avoid this. Yep. They're telling Hamilton and George. How is that going to work? Oh, man. They're gonna put him in. They did really. Damn. They did a pretty good job at Mercedes. 3.1, 3.3. And let's see. Piastri's going to come in immediately, right, too. So Piastri must be going as fast as humanly possible. And Norris cutting down time on Piastri immediately. Piastri might have gone off or something because Norris is only 10 seconds behind him. But he should be way behind him after a pit stop. So that he's looks like something must be. They really screwed Piastri here. They should have. Yeah, well, yeah. Because look, Piastri only 7 seconds ahead of Norris. Yeah, they made a big mistake with him. What that was bad to do to Piastri. Norris is only 4 seconds behind him now. How is that possible? The guy just pit. Yeah, at least. All right, good. Yeah, well, Piastri's out of the race now. They fucked him. Oh man! And look, Norris looked like he was about to pass Piastri. He made up essentially 22 seconds in one lap. That's a bad call from a team that should have known better. Yeah. What a what a terrible decision. He's going to be put behind signs. I mean, geez. Hamilton 3 seconds, and Verstappen is back in this race. Verstappen ahead of Russell. Okay, Lewis, this is our time coming from Mercedes pit garage. Wow. What a total disaster from McLaren in terms of Piastri, who was essentially about to pass Norris or very close to it, was only half of a second behind him. Yeah. Yep. Big time. And we got a race going here. Piastri's radio just said rain will go to lap 40. So 11 more laps of this type of rain at least. That's what it just came over. Yep. Jeez, this is coming on heavy. This is a great race so far. Yep. He just I don't even know. It's just a wreck at this point. Mm-hmm. Dave Franco says that really sucks. I feel bad for Piastri. Yeah, I do too. That's very unfortunate what happened. And we're seeing a replay of the Sergio Perez. I don't know what the issue was there. I don't even know why they pit him. He already had inters on. All right. You take it away for a while. Pit stop. How we looking? Norris still in first. Hamilton second. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. So Norris up. Hamilton 3.5 away from him. Verstappen 6.9. Russell in fourth, Sainz in fifth, Piastri sixth, Hulkenberg seventh, Stroll eighth, Alonso ninth, and Sonoda in the Tour. What is it? Is it Alpha Tauri or the Toro Rosso in 10th? So Norris looking really good here. Oh, what is with Russell? Retire the car. What the hell's going on? They're having such a terrific race. They're going to retire the car. What the hell's going on? They were having. He was looking like he could have won the race. Oh, jeez. Well, if it can happen to one, it could happen to the other. What happened? Retire the car, George. Something must have gone wrong. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Signs up into fourth for Ferrari, who've been having a terrible race. Yeah. Yeah. And Hamilton cutting into Norris. That's weird. How would that shut down the car? Do you have any information about that? Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, he almost lost it there for a second. Well, he's out of a seat now. He will be done with Formula One at the end of the season here, Magnuson. Yeah. Eh, Uh, yeah, he had two good moments. He had the first podium in his first ever race, and then he got a pole position for Haas in Brazil because of some weird circumstances with rain. So he had his two moments. Time to move on. There was no reason for him to stay there, even though he wanted to. Yeah. Roman Grosjean, wasn't he? Wasn't Roman Grosjean his teammate for a while? At Haas. McLaren, he was either teammates with Jensen, probably Jensen. Yeah. Nora is saying that Mercedes only have softer hards after this because apparently they're going to pit again all of the cars on the track, and we have mediums. They're saying for McLaren. Ham- I think that's Hamilton lapping a car. So when it dries up, I mean it. Yep. This is going to be a battle for the victory between these two guys. I think Verstappen's too far gone. Yep. Verstappen's too far gone. It's going to be between these two guys for the victory. Or you could have a pit stop strategy here from Red Bull. It's completely sunny now. You look at the track. Looked like it's completely stopped all at once. Yep. Yep. Yeah. He's still ahead of Lewis though. He's still ahead of Lewis though. I mean, we'll have to see. We still have 15 laps to go, so still a lot of time left. And Albon and the Williams all the way up in 10th. That would be huge for them as a team if they were able to score a point at this race. Norris first, Hamilton second, Verstappen third, Sainz fourth, Piastri fifth, Hulkenberg sixth, Stroll seventh, Alonso eighth, uh, Sonoda ninth, and Albon 10th. Magnussen right outside of the points. Perez down in 16th, Joe in 18th. Only two cars out of the race if you're just tuning in now. Russell and Gasly out. Russell retired with a, what was it, overheating of the engine? The water system wouldn't work? What the truth is. Hamilton cutting down time to Norris. Hamilton cutting down time to Norris, but Verstappen also cutting in a lot of time too. He was just, yeah. So, go ahead. He is. He just took another half. He took a half a second off the lap before he just took off another half a second. So, is this the resurgence of Red Bull here? Yep. And Ricardo's coming in as well. And Hamilton, it says, going to say box, box. Well, Mercedes only have what did McLaren said? I think they're going to tell Verstappen to box too. But Mercedes only have hards and softs. They have no mediums. Yeah, right. They're going softs. Well, wasn't he so many? Wasn't he like 4 seconds behind Hamilton? He must have been catching him at an extraordinary rate because now he's only going to be. Yep, mediums. What do you think? Mediums or softs better to go with 13 laps to go? Yeah. Jesus Christ. So Verstappen very much in this race now. He'll be right behind Hamilton. Verstappen on hards. Was that the only tire they had left? Or is this do you think that's the only tire they had left because they were predicting not a wet race? That's no good compared to Hamilton softs. Norris should be coming in now too. All right, Norris going to come in. Did Hamilton come in at the right time and Norris put in a slow lap here? We'll have to see. Will they put on mediums or softs? I'd say put on a soft. They're softs, you're right. Decent. 5, about a second slower. It did seem really slow the last tire that was put on. Point 0.2, yeah. All right, Norris. Okay. And Norris right behind him. And that second cost him the lead, essentially. That second and a half. And Norris now 2 seconds behind Hamilton with softs on. This is going to be the duel between these two. Max has got hards on. It's not going to work. And this is either Norris's to win. Yep. Yeah, and it's Norris's to win. Now it's going to be a battle between two British drivers. Yep, it was. Yeah. Mercedes got the pit window correct. Ooh. Piastri should just put in fastest lap now. Nope. Norris 2.5. Verstappen just took three seconds out though. Verstappen just went 3 seconds faster than both of those cars. Is he gonna hunt down? Is he gonna hunt down both of them? Was the hard the correct tire and the soft is not? Do you think it's maybe too wet for the softs to be great right now or something? Lap by Max. And the softs can only get worse and the hards can only get better at this point, correct? Mm-hmm. Norris staying pretty much the same amount behind Hamilton. Norris staying the same amount behind Hamilton is not really gaining on him at all. Although it says Norris took 4 tenths out of Hamilton on the last lap. Verstappen taking another over half a second out of them. God, that would be a huge spoiler if Verstappen is able to beat them. Max doing another fastest lap. That's his third fastest lap in a row. Uh, man, it's a great question. All right, the last victory I believe would have been the race before us. What is it? Abu Dhabi. It would have been. It happened in 2021 at Saudi Arabia, and that date was December 5th, 2021. But Lewis knows how to take care of these tires and everything, and if anybody can just win this and coast by, it'll be Lewis. Maintain those tires. Yeah, Verstappen taking another half a second out on lap 42 to Norris. Yeah, he has to take a little bit more. Got to take a little bit. Well, Norris just took a half second out of Hamilton, but then Verstappen did an even faster lap. That's fourth fastest lap in a row for Max Verstappen. Mm-hmm. Max is going to have to put in lap after lap of this if that's what he wants to do. He's going to. Is he going to put in another fastest lap? Yes. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. So the car's ahead. What? Do you see anything? Oh, the left front of their softs is what he's saying, right? That's what I think. That's what I think they mean. And Norris is 2.2 behind Hamilton, and we got about 7 laps to go. Mm-hmm. Gotten to win 9 at home too. To almost win a decade's worth of Grand Prix at one track. Yeah. I just don't think Norris is going to be able to get to Hamilton. I don't think Verstappen will be able to either. I think this is going to be Hamilton's first win since Saudi, and this will be something that will boost some energy into him as a driver. Any place to win. Norris taking some. I mean, Verstappen taking some out of Norris, but not enough. He's got to take a little bit more than that. Norris 2 seconds behind Hamilton. Looks like Norris is slowing down a bit, and Verstappen just caught him by almost a whole second just now. And Norris floating. Yep. But Verstappen isn't gaining on Hamilton. He's gaining on Norris right now. Norris is losing time to Hamilton. He's going to have to clear him, though. He's maintaining his tie. Yeah. And he's not straining his tires at all. He's going to keep some life in them. Yep. I can't think of anything worse than Lewis in front of his fans losing to Max, though, that this victory and well, the Dutch should be invigorated from their Euro Cup win yesterday to go into the semifinals. Lewis. Oh yeah. To Lewis. Yeah, I wish we had a couple more laps left in this. But it doesn't look like Hamilton's going to be caught, even if he passes Norris here. He's going to have DRS on Norris here. Now under a second away. Five laps to go. I don't think his DRS detection wasn't within the range, probably. He's gonna have to clear him now then. If he's gonna wanna get to Hamilton, he's gotta clear him now. He's gotta clear him now. He'll get him on the straight here for sure. Should be able. He's got him. But he's over 3 seconds away from him. Yeah, with 4, I think. Lewis is too cool with his whole setup to, I think, make a mistake here. No. Yeah, it'll be split by Verstappen here. Yeah, Verstappen not really cutting any time out of Hamilton right now. Well, you're starting to think during the last couple of years that maybe Lewis was going to Ferrari so he could get another win, but he'll have one this victory here with Mercedes. And oh man, I sorry I have to cut you in. This will be 25 points from Hamilton, so that will move him almost equal with Perez because he only has like 85 points this season. So Perez might be like 6 or 7 positions out of first. Uh, that'll be terrible. This will be terrible for Perez, who will get no points at this race, finishing in 16th, 52 seconds behind. Yep. I don't know, but that would have been really bad sportsmanship. But they should have done an Abu Dhabi point too. Back him up, back him up. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. That might be a breach of the rules there if you're being lapped. You gotta remember though, we still have 2 laps to go, but Russell did retire their same car. They would run that car until the engine went though. At this point. Mm. Yeah, that won't be enough though. He'd have to get him by a second or something. Puncture, engine goes, something. But this'll, yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh huh. Sir Brian May will be the checkered flag waver, a musician and astrophysicist. Never heard of the guy. So, Lewis lead. And this will be a record 9 victories at one circuit, which is pretty crazy to think about. And on top of it, it's your home circuit. I mean, Jesus. And would it be the most victories of a guy in a car as it? Because this would be his 8th victory in a Mercedes here. So a lot of Michael's records of 7 or 8 wins are in 2 different teams. So it would be the most from one driver in a team too, probably. Yeah, but pretty good by. Mm-hmm. 'Yep. What? 1.9. Yep. Mm-hmm. 1.7. Yep. This will be after the Euros victory. Lewis Hamilton wins his first race in close to 3 years at this point. 2.5. Jeez. He'll be celebrating that, and it's back to back victories for Mercedes, and it's the first time in almost 3 years that Max has not won a race after not winning one race. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I got to go real quick, but thank you for stopping by for the triple header. We will not be back. Oh, nice. And Sonoda, 10th. That probably would be his best finish of the season. Hungarian Grand Prix will be in 2 weeks from now. And then we'll have the break to Belgium. That will be goes straight from Hungary to Belgium. Then I guess you get a break until Spa. It's almost 4 weeks until Spa after that. But yeah, thanks for all the comments and chats. Thanks for watching. This has been probably one of the most entertaining Grand Prix of the season, and a record set by Hamilton. Uh huh. All right. Bye bye. See you in 2 weeks from now in the Hungarian ring, which is one of the best Grand Prix. Bye bye. All right. Let me call you back. I gotta go right now. I literally gotta.